and the MIC. I got the usual team as usual. The usual team. And of course, we are set to take you on another lovely, lovely ride. So sit back and of course, let's go on fitness. Madam, one more carrying days here again. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma.
Good evening, Raymond. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you too?
I'm fine, thank you.
I hope you are keeping safe.
Yes.
Okay, I got doctor here in the building as well. Good evening, sir.
Raymond, it's always a pleasure to be on the show. As always, we're going to make this the best 1 hour anybody listening to us could ever have, right? So thank you for having me as always.
I want to have your kind of English. My English is being spoiled by the fact that I am a Bile, so
and I am here wishing I can improve on my Yoruba, honestly. Tí màmí bá gbọ́ mo ṣe ń sọ Yorùbá nísìnyí.
Àgbẹ̀ tí yóò jẹ búrẹ́dì yóò fi èsúrú ránṣẹ́ sílé.
Ambassadors,
so meaning that you will
we'll
exchange.
We'll
do trade by barter.
I think that is good.
That
but,
would be better.
Yeah, but because I'll also collect some dollars over the English too. And then I'll give him cowries for the Yoruba.
Of course, we're ready for today. And of course, just like you said, the best 1 hour you can ever listen to on a radio station. Talking about your fitness, your LD life, which is very, very important. They say health is wealth. Of course, when you're healthy, then you're going to have a beautiful life. But then, even if you have all the money in this world and you are not LD, come on, you wish one day that you don't even have the money. Okay, without wasting much time, 4:07 already, we are behind schedule. Quickly, our usual way of starting the program, the do's and don'ts before you go into any form of exercise.
Good evening, listeners at home and those who are watching us on internet. We are good to have you again today. Like we do discuss on this program every Monday evening, the importance of vital signs. You know, when you go to hospital, they will ask you first your BP. They want to know it. They will check it. They will check your weight. They take your temperature. The reason why they are doing all this is to know whether you are capable of using some drugs. You know, there are some drugs, if you were given and you don't have the capacity, the strength of using it, there may be crisis. So the reason why they will check your weight to know whether your weight is enough for this particular drug they want to give you, maybe it's 2 tablets or 1 tablet. And the same thing, they will check your temperature to know whether it's normal, if it is not normal. Likewise, when you want to embark on any exercise at all, you need to check some things, in which BP is one of those things that you need to know that is normal before you can embark on any exercise. You check this your blood sugar. By the time you check it, you'll be able to establish the fact that you are not diabetic or you are diabetic. It depends on the outcome. If it comes out that you are diabetic, it means you have to see your doctor. You follow whatever doctor asks you to do so that you won't do more than your strength. The same thing again with the ECG, electrocardiogram test. This has to do with your heart. By the time you check this will enable us to know your capacity, if you are good enough to go on any form of exercise or you are limited to a particular one. It's the outcome of this ECG that will determine that. We can't know without being tested. So you need to undergo the ECG test to know the status of your heart, whether your heart has something inside, whether it's bleeding. Anything may happen to the heart, but is unknown to us because it's not written on the forehead. Once we are good with all this, another thing we need to do is our attire. I do say it every now and then on this program. It's very, very important because there may be accidents if you are putting on something that is not good. And you say you are doing exercise, you put on agbada. You know, agbada can put someone into trouble. And some people, they will say, I have the treadmill at home. I just put on I use my towel with my Dunlop slippers and start doing it. It's wrong. All those things, they are wrong. And when we want to do it on our own, we should try as much as possible not to go more than our pace. Some will say, at least I have the treadmill in my room. Let me use 3 hours. Because that thing, I believe in it. Once you use it, you burn all the fat. No, you don't need to exhaust yourself, because the obesity, or let's say your stature, does not come one day. It started accumulating gradually to that level, so you can't burn it in a day. So the more reason why we have to make sure that all these things are in perfect order. In a nutshell, what we are trying to say now, nǹkan tí a sọ ní àfírín ìfitì ni pé tí a bá fẹ́ ṣe eré ìdárayá, a nílò láti mọ bí òdiwọ̀n ìfúnpá wa ṣe rí. Ṣé ìfúnpá wa yìí ṣé ó dáa àbí ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó? Bákan náà ni blood sugar test. Tá a bá ṣe blood sugar test, á jẹ́ ká mọ̀ bóyá ẹni yìí wà diabetes àbí kò wà diabetes. Ìyẹn ṣe pàtàkì, torí pé tí ó bá lọ jẹ́ pé blood sugar ẹ̀ low, wàhálà ni. Tó bá tún pọ̀ jù náà, ọ̀ràn ni. Ló fi jẹ́ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ fi ìdí gbogbo kiní yìí múlẹ̀ kó tó di pé a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe àwọn eré ìdárayá tá a fẹ́ ṣe. Bákan náà, èyí tá à ń pè ní electrocardiogram test, ìyẹn ná fi máa ń mọ bí ọkàn wa bó ṣe rí. Ǹjẹ́ nǹkan kan ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ọkàn yìí, bóyá ọkàn yìí kò tiẹ̀ péye dáadáa, ṣùgbọ́n a lè mọ̀, wọn ò kí ń kọ síwájú orí, àfi tí a bá ṣe àyẹ̀wò electrocardiogram test yìí láàfin mọ̀ pé ẹni yìí ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó. Eléyìí ló lè ṣe o, kò lè gbérin o. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó débi báyìí o, aerobics nìkan ni kó máa ṣe o. Ẹni kó kàn ṣe báyìí lásán ni o. Ìyẹn ló máa fún wa ní gbèdéke. Tá bá ti wá kákòyàwó gbogbo nǹkan tí a sọ yìí, ohun tó tún kù ni pé ká wọ aṣọ tó tọ́, kì í ṣe pé ká wọ agbádá ká lọ mọ́ gun treadmill nínú yàrá mi pé mi mo kú ni. Ìyẹn sì fọlá jiyọ̀ ká wá lo wákàtí 8 lórí treadmill pé ẹ̀rí mo ṣe ń làágùn, ẹni tá a sì ń sọ yìí bóyá ó yọkùn ni. Gbogbo bó ṣe wulẹ̀ kó lọ ẹgbẹ̀rún wákàtí ní orí treadmill, kò lè dé region bí ikùn tó tóbi yẹn. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni program tí ó ṣe tí ó fi jo ikùn. Yóò mọ̀ sí pé mo dẹ̀ ń ṣe látijọ́ yìí, o ò lè rí result, torí pé kí ni, àwọn kankan míì wà tó wà tó tòrò mọ́ téèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. Ẹlòmíràn wà tó bá ń ṣe eré ìdárayá báyẹn kò ní mú mi. Òrùgbé ògbẹ́mí kọ́ o. Tí o bá ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ mu omi, o lè mu omi during the exercise, o dẹ̀ tún lè mu omi lẹ́yìn exercise, torí pé kí ni, gbogbo ìgbà tó fi ń sweat, tó fi ń làágùn, gbogbo omi ara ló ti ń lọ. Èyí sì gbọ́dọ̀ dá padà nípa pé kéèyàn mu omi dáadáa. Ó ṣe pàtàkì ká dẹ̀ mọ aró aṣọ tá a lè fẹ́ wọ̀ láti fi ṣe eré ìdárayá, kì í ṣe pé ká lọ gbé òfì wọ̀ ká ní èyí tí mo rí nítòsí náà ní jẹ́ ń wọ̀, àbí ká wọ bedroom slippers tó lè yọ̀ wá. Ẹlòmíràn ẹsẹ̀ lásán ló máa lò lórí treadmill. Tó bá dẹ̀ lo ẹsẹ̀ lásán, ó lè yọ̀, torí pé kí ni, ìgbà tó bá ti ń làágùn yẹn, ó lè làágùn débi ẹsẹ̀, débi pé yóò yọ̀ lórí kíní bẹ́ẹ̀tì yẹn. Tó bá lọ yọ̀ ńbẹ̀, ẹ̀bùn wàhálà ni, ó lè dá lápá, anything ló lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí. Yàtọ̀ sí yẹn, ẹsẹ̀ lè há mọ́ kíní, nígbà pẹ́sẹ̀ lásán ló fi ń lò. Kéèyàn má fi ọlá jiyọ̀ ní àárín yẹn, ó ṣe pàtàkì.
What you should do and not do before embarking on any exercise. Okay, dishing out that to us. You can watch us live on Facebook, Pensioners FM. Pensioners FM live on Facebook. You can go straight to our website, www.pensionersfm1067.com, www.pensionersfm1067.com. And go to Google Play Store, download our app, Pensioners FM on Google Play Store. Pensioners FM on Google Play Store. Today's topic, like a gradual process, we are already in the second wave of COVID-19. And of course, our topic today centers around COVID-19. As I speak to you, as far as Nigeria is concerned, to date, we have confirmed cases of 100,087, discharge cases of 80,030, and of course, deaths 1,358, with active cases as I speak 18,699. Because we are in Oyo State, we have 4,323 in Oyo State, 834 cases on admission presently, 3,435 discharged, and of course, we have 54 deaths. COVID-19, coronavirus, second wave, and of course, as it affects the elder statesmen, lockdown looming.
Ó fa ó gbà ká mí kanlẹ̀, really, because tá bá tún wò lọ, tá tún wò bọ̀, tá rí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, a máa ní ìjọ ò ní a máa tó kúrò ní gbogbo eléyìí. Báwo la ṣe máa bọ́ lọ́wọ́ àrùn COVID tó ti gbòde kan báyìí. And when COVID started about when we started having all these hearing about COVID, say around February last year, I think around February
February,
March, yeah. When we started hearing about it, we all felt okay. Well, I mean, no, I don't think there's anybody, around now that probably experienced the pandemic before. And so when COVID started, it seemed as if maybe it's going to be like that Ebola time too, and then within a few months, and then it's all gone. But lo and behold, we're now in another second wave. And in fact, from everything we've gathered, the second wave is featuring a mutated strain of COVID-19 that's even more deadly, and that even requires even more attention from every one of us in precautions and isolating ourselves, or in ensuring we don't even at a higher risk of not just contracting the virus, but also coming down with a severe form of the illness. Then you see that it's an important thing to talk on. It's an important topic to mention, or it's an important theme to stress on for people listening to us, that with the elderly and the COVID, they have a special there's a need for special attention to be paid to them when it concerns COVID-19 virus.
Yeah, because it's going to be centered around the elderly ones, and of course we're going to look at, because so last year 2020, when the whole thing started in February, March, and there was lockdown, a lot of our elder statements have to be, movement. If the youth were, our movement everywhere, it was total lockdown. Then going out is even more dangerous, because when this COVID-19 attacks human being, if you're weaker vessel, then you are sure that anything could happen. Now, we are arriving at another state in which there might be a lockdown. And for either statesmen who have been staying at home for so long, who doesn't really move about, that effect on them, they need to be healthy. And we know if you stay in one place for so long,
a lot of other things will meet you there.
ṣé mo wí pé ètò ṣẹlẹ̀ rabaraba yẹn kò tí ì tán lẹ̀, àìṣe sọ pé a fẹ́ mọ tún jáde, gbogbo àwọn tán jókòó sínú ilé tí ó yẹ pé ìkan fún ìdí ìkan àbí mi, àwọn míì ti ní àwọn àrùn kan tí ò jẹyọ tẹ́lẹ̀
tí ò tiẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni,
tí ó yẹ pé àìṣe fẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run tiẹ̀ ṣe o, a ti ṣí wa lẹ̀ o, la tún gbọ́ pé second wave tún dé.
Ṣèbá àwọn tẹ̀ máa ń sọ wípé it is ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó necessary for everybody to be engaging themselves. Physical activities is necessary, but now.
ṣé ẹni tí ò lọ ibi oúnjẹ òòjọ́ rẹ̀ látijọ́ yìí tó wà ní tó tún ti pẹ́lẹ̀ kejì tó ṣẹlẹ̀.
ó tún ní ẹ̀rọ ajáde o, ẹ má bóde o, ẹ má ṣe.
So àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn àgbàlagbà wa lè ṣe ó pọ̀ jọjọ, torí pé kí ni a fẹ́ kí àwọn náà gbádùn wa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Torí pé kí ni a ti gbádùn wọn, wọ́n ti mú wa jẹ́ ń tá a jẹ́ yìí, káwa náà wá ṣe ìgbà tí ẹ yẹ ká come round them ni, kí a ṣe ìtọ́jú wọn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn care provider wọ́n máa ń wà káàkiri ní àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tí ó jẹ́ pé kínní, ṣùgbọ́n ní orílẹ̀-èdè wa ń bí ẹlòmíràn sọ pé òun kò tí ì jẹun,
òun wà gbé òbí kan lọ sọ́dọ̀ care provider kan tàbí
àbí kíníkà. Ẹlòmíràn tó yẹ pé physiotherapist ló ní, ẹlòmíràn tó yẹ pé ó kàn nídìí bóyá counseling ni, tẹ́ pé n tó ń ṣe gan ò jẹ́ mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ hospital tẹ́lẹ̀. Ṣé nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ tí wàá jàpọ̀ ní ìṣẹ́ pé ilé lẹni yẹn ṣàn jókòó sí ẹ̀ fún
wàhálà tún kún wàhálà.
ló jẹ́ pé àwa mọ̀lẹ́bí a nípa tó pọ̀ láti ṣe àti ọ̀rẹ́ fún àwọn àgbàlagbà wa ẹ̀, nítorí pé kí ni ẹni tó ń jókòó sójú kan náà gbogbo oríṣiríṣi ni, ṣe pé gbogbo tó ń jẹ kò sí bóyá wọn ń lọ káàkiri,
ìrònú gan tún pọ̀ sí,
ìrònú náà wà ń bẹ̀, kò sí social engagement kankan tẹ́lẹ̀ bóyá ìyá máa ń lọ sáwọn òde ó wà ń bẹ̀, wọ́n máa ń jayé káàkiri, gbogbo ìyẹn wọ́n ti restrict ẹ̀. Ìwá ṣe pé ká wá mú àwọn àgbà wa ká wá sí pé ìyá
ká sí wọn mọ́lé, ká tún wọn mọ́ nìyẹn.
ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ní kẹ́ ẹ bọ́ta o, ẹ má bóde o, ẹ̀yin náà gbọ́ pé nǹkan ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níta o. Àwọn míì dẹ̀ ni wọn ò ní sọ fún ìyá tàbí bàbá pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níta rè, ṣe wọ́n need information so that lẹ́pẹ́ àwọn gan ò bá sí nílé tẹ́nìkan bá wọn wá, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣe ti fọwọ́ yín, ẹ̀yin náà lo nǹkan ọ̀bọ̀ mu, gbogbo yẹn á ní láti educate àwọn àgbàlagbà. Ẹlòmíì kan sọ pé má jáde ni, kò mọ ìyá ò mọ tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níta, a nílò láti sọ fún wọn, torí pé kí ni àwọn náà wà at high risk of having this thing, torí age ò sí ní side wọn, pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tó ti wọ ọjọ́ orí 60 to 70, ìyẹn ó ṣe jọjọ ó burú jáì. Bí ó ṣe ń dàgbà sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni risk of having this disease, torí pé kí ni àwọn immune kìíní wọn ó ti lò.
A lè fi bátìrì tara ní tuntun cháchá tara tó yẹ pàṣẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lò káwá fi wéè tá ti ń lò tá ti fi sínú aago tipẹ́tipẹ́ tí kò lè dàbí ara àgbà ò lè dàbí tí àwa ta ṣe yọ̀ǹgì báyìí kò lè tẹ̀ lè jọra wọn rárá àti rárá ni. So and another apart from it gbọ́dọ̀ tún sọ wípé torí pé kẹ́yìn àwọn arúgbó wa kọ́ má bàa kó àrùn káwá sọ COVID di ẹ̀wọ̀n fún wọn káwá fi COVID ṣe à ń kọ fún wọn táwà fi ní òkè ẹ má tiẹ̀ dìde ẹ má tiẹ̀ báyàn sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má tiẹ̀ pé nǹkan tá lè ṣe ni pé bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àfẹ́ kí àwọn arúgbó wa kí wọ́n máa jáde jù tàbí kó jẹ́ pé afẹ́ kí wọ́n wà ní isolation in such a way that they won't be exposed to the virus later. What we can still do is that we can make sure we are always in communication with them every now and then. Bí jẹ́ mẹ́ta lẹ́fẹ́ fi ṣe ni o ẹ gbé fóònù yín ẹ jẹ́ ká màmá ẹ jẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ bíi 30 minutes ká tiẹ̀ báwo lẹ ṣe ni ibo lẹ ti ṣe ti rìn round the compound okay iṣẹ́ wo lẹ ti ṣe. We have to engage our elderly ones to make sure that they don't come down to depression, they don't come down to anxiety, or they don't even worsen the any pre-existing health conditions they may previously have. We have to ensure that we engage them, engage their mental health, keep them in good conversations with us, and also encourage them to get through this period, because we all need encouragement. We all need encouragement, and even much more our elderly ones.
Talking about engaging them, because a lot of people will be listening and they will be like, what are those things I can do? I mean, what are those things I should be able to do to help the elder statesmen? I think they will need a proper breakdown on what and what they should actually do, maybe on a daily basis. I mean, to help the elder, the elder statesmen, make them healthy.
Okay.
So I want us to break that one down so that somebody listening can understand very well.
Okay, maybe I will start with one, and then we have Ambassador talk on one, and then we go and then we switch it that way.
Okay.
First of all, for every one of us, make sure you call your elder, even if you are not within their vicinity, as to be interacting with them, having social interaction with them daily. Ensure you are always communicating with them and encouraging them first of all, because for a person that is staying indoors all alone, this person is likely to develop a disease called depression. And we've spoken about depression. I think we talked about mental health a week or two ago. And a person that is staying alone, before you start, the person will get it will naturally. We as human beings, and she. Dá wa sí ní isolation pé ká máa dágbé tọ́lọ́n dá dáàmú kí ló tún ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ó tún fi ó fún ní éfà pé Ọlọ́run ò dá wa ká máa gbé ní isolation àtọ̀, and isolation tó ní ká máa ṣe torí COVID yìí àwa gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kí ó wá kó wá fa àìsàn míì sọ́run àwọn arúgbó wa. So if you have an elderly parent, no matter, even if you are not close to them, ensure that you are on the that ẹjẹ́ àtẹ̀ṣe video call. Ojú ló máa ń dán yìí, ẹ múnú wọn dùn. So when we keep them engaged that way, inú dídùn ló máa ń mórí yá wá. Tó ṣe bí òwe ẹ̀yìn àgbà. So tínú àwọn I think my Yoruba is working today. So we are doing this. Even our arúgbó àtọ́ntẹ̀ pé àbáyé ti fẹ́ parẹ́ ni àbí kí ló dẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí àwọn ò lè jáde. It will keep their spirits up. Á jẹ́ káwọn náà rí pé bó ṣe lè burú tó àwọn ọmọ mi wà pẹ̀lú mi, on support me, and they can also have the strength to overcome whatever COVID may be causing to this time that we are in.
Okay, that is communication on the part of doctor. Let's go to Kimberly.
We discussed on this program sometimes last year. We talk about dementia.
Yes.
And this dementia we are talking about, it has to start from, let's say you are not sleeping at the right time. Accumulation of that, when you cannot sleep, you have high blood pressure, other things will be setting in.
Then
the same thing with dementia that we are talking about. This thing is taking a lot of time now. Being at home, doing nothing. Something has to be in replacement for the elderly people.
I think there's a lot of physics that says that I'm trying to remember. How do I put it? There's nothing can exist out in a vacuum. Something must definitely fill. You can't have an empty space.
Definitely.
God did not. It's not exactly.
When we are talking about lockdown, there are so many things attached to it. Let me give you an instance now. If something happened mistakenly that you cannot open this door, you started thinking, negatively.
Immediately.
It has happened to me before. That time I was pregnant. I enter my kitchen and the door was just jammed. It doesn't have handle any longer. And I've seen it like 2-3 months like that. Once we are able to open it, because I always outside so that I can easily manipulate and open it. Now the breeze just closed the door. Bah! And I was 7 months pregnant. Immediately I started thinking that maybe I want to fall into labor. Psychologically, I was disturbed. I was scared. There wasn't a GSM then. So I was saying, hey, if I started, hey, I was just trying. It got into a stage. I said, okay, what can I do? Okay, I think I can use knife to turn that thing. Maybe it will open. Immediately it's open like this. It's just like setting someone free. So I was scared. You can now imagine how it will be for some people that they like going out, socializing themselves to stay every indoor Saturday for months. And another one is around again. So we need to move around with them, the family members, the friend. Talk to them. Mama báwo ni iṣẹ́ ti jẹun? Ẹ tún dàbí sisi ṣá. Tí mo like yín sí ni ẹ wò. Ọlọ́run mo tẹ̀ ẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe nígbà tẹ̀ wà kékeré gan. Ṣẹ̀pẹ́ tún fine sí ni. Even if mama is not fine, tell her that she's fine. Encourage her. So there are so many things. Let the grandchildren be with her once in a while. Bukola, pẹ̀lẹ́, ọmọ aládé, Wambi, Njo Moriki. By doing that, the elderly people, they will feel fulfilled that Ọlọ́run ti ẹ̀ ṣe bí gbogbo ẹ̀ ti ẹ̀ dá wáíwáí àwọn ọmọ náà ṣàtúwà pẹ̀lú mi. Àti pé eré ìdárayá ṣe pàtàkì. Bí wọn ò jáde nínú ilé ń bẹ̀ tán wà. Tán bá jí láàárọ̀, kán rìn káàkiri nínú ọgbà láàrin bí 20 ìṣẹ́jú. Kò sí nǹkan tó dáa tó o. Tán bá tiẹ̀ lè ṣe yẹn lásán. Tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní garden lẹ́yìn kùlé, ẹ pé Bùkọ́lá, ẹ pé Ṣẹ́gun, ó yá lọ mú ṣọ́bẹ̀ wá, ìwọ lọ bomi wá, kí ìyá máa coordinate wọn báyẹn. Nígbà tí ìyá bá fi ṣe láàrin 30 minutes, inú ìyá gan ó dùn. Ṣé àwọn pé inú dùn ló mórí yá? Kẹ̀kẹ́ wà nílé kẹtì ìyá mọ́ nílé pé lóúnjẹ àárọ̀ àtọ̀sán àti talẹ́rẹ̀ tẹ bá ti jẹ́ ẹ̀sùn. Tó orun òkun ya, ìyá ó wà orun sùn, nígbà ó bá yá, kò ní lè sùn lálẹ́ mọ́, nígbà bá ti fi gbogbo ojú ọ̀sán sùn. A lot of things ló tún lè máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ran àwọn àgbàlagbà wa lọ́wọ́. Ìkẹ́ àgbà ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣèkẹ́ fún wọn. Torí pé kí ni ọmọ náà ó ṣerú ẹ̀ náà fún àwa náà. Whatever tá a bá ṣe fún wọn.
But in fact, when we even realize that there are several ways we can cope with COVID. Raymond, Ambassador, there are several ways we can cope with COVID. Look at it. They say we should be in isolation. Kole, you can't get the PS5. PS5 lọ́wọ́ àti inú wa ń dùn bẹ́ẹ̀. Okay. Okay, kò sí wàhálà, ẹ jábọ́ sórí internet. A lot of things we can do are available to us. But for our elderly ones, what can they?
Say ya ni mo tẹ computer lóru.
Okay.
Say ya mo ṣe yahoo ni. Ya mo bi tí orí computer lórí kan.
Their own
computer literate.
Their own usual daily activities are around them interacting with people, are around them going about. So when we now say that people should be in isolation or we should have our elderly ones not going out too much so they don't contract the ailment because of their age and their immunity, it means also that we have limited the things they can do in their daily life. But for you and I, if you tell me not to leave my house, in a week, I have internet. Just send me PS5. Raymond, just send me PS5. If I will be in isolation for 3 months, you understand? If I just keep giving me alerts every day, and you find that there'll be no worry at all. But it's not the same thing. If I be giving them alerts every day, they'll still be telling you, Saturday, I'm also I wrote the conlo. Exactly. This is how they live. This is how they live their lives. Not just that you send money to send the Osimama.
Money is not everything. Àwọn bàbá lọ́kàn nígbà sọ wà applicable sí àti bàbá àti ìyá. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọkùnrin lọ́kàn ṣe pé ọkùnrin ló ní tí action lọkùnrin need. Ọlọ́run nídìí kíní kan tóbi bá kó gbogbo bọ́jẹ̀tì ilé ayé kalẹ̀ pé àṣegbà afẹ́ kọ́lé afẹ́ ṣe kíní kan ọkùnrin ṣó náà ni mo ti gbọ́ yẹn lásán bí orí tí ọkùnrin mọ̀ rò ní bí màá ṣe rí gbogbo owó yẹn. Ọkùnrin ò tún wá ní jókòó ti pẹ́ bó ló ṣe fẹ́ náà obìnrin ló mọ̀ tó ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ó ní yóò ṣe ètò ṣé mo gbé nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ tí wá rí bó ṣe rí yìí kò sí ọ̀nà tọkùnrin mi gan fẹ́ fi jáde lọ àwọn tán ti dàgbà tẹ́ pé bí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àwọn kan mọ́ tán jókòó sílé nítorí ọmọ bá mú wa ni ọmọ náà dẹ̀rẹ̀ bóyá àwọn business lóríṣiríṣi tó ń ṣe COVID ti affect ẹ̀ ṣe mo pé short one tún nìyẹn àti tọ́jú ẹsẹ̀ tí ò sì tọ́jú ara rẹ̀ tí ò ti san bíìlì school ọmọ rẹ̀ ní wàá sọ pé ìyá kan ń fẹ́ pé caregiver abẹ́nìkan provider kò sí tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò kọ́kọ́ mójútó ara rẹ̀ náà ló fi jẹ́ pé situation yìí àwọn nǹkan kan kéékèèké tá a bá lè ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà kọ́ ni owó bó ṣe pé a fara ṣe àjò pé màmá ṣé ẹ ti fọ àwọn aṣọ yín ẹ jẹ́ kí n wá màá ní kíkí ní wá bá yín fọ̀ lọ́ládé ń bọ̀ wá bá yín fọ̀ lọ́la yóò lọ bẹ̀ yóò lọ bá ìyá fọṣọ inú ìyá náà ó dùn yóò bá ìyá tó ń gbónú léṣe torí pé kí ni gbogbo ara nǹkan tó ń contribute sí ni kò sí immunity wọn ti low nígbà tí environment bá tún gbé bá tún dọ̀tí gbogbo orúkọ báyẹn kí wọ́n rí ẹni tí ó máa bá wọn jíròrò ó yá ẹ fọ aṣọ ẹ ṣe lè wọ́n ti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ àmọ́ máa kílẹ̀ tún fẹ́ jẹ àti pé multivitamin gbogbo àwọn tó yẹ kán nílò ẹ̀jẹ̀ á máa rà tó bá ṣe kára tó oṣù kan fún wọn torí pé tó di pé tán Ọlọ́run ti pèsè láti rà ní pé kára oògùn ọ̀sẹ̀ kan kán mọ́ fi ọ̀sẹ̀ 3 lo oògùn pé nígbà tó bá tún di oṣù tó túnbọ̀ gbà ètò ló ń jẹ́ òní àròwó rà náà ni ẹ jẹ́ ká try torí pé kí ni wọ́n nílò àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí.
6.7 FM. COVID-19 and our elder statesmen, that is the topic for today. Before we continue, we'll take a short break. And of course, maybe our elder statesmen have been sitting down since morning. Oh yeah, let us dance more. And when we come back, we'll continue with the program. You're still Fitness and Pensioners 106.7 FM.
sùn kájí kájókòó rẹpẹtẹ kalẹ̀ ojoojúmọ́ dẹ́rẹ́bà ni wọ́n máa lò sá ìgbà wo ló ṣeré ìdárayá gbẹ̀yìn ọmọ nípa ribiribi tẹ́lẹ̀ ìdárayá ń ṣe lágọ̀ọ́ ara gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ lóògùn lílò ní gbogbo ìgbà àìbọ́kùnrin ọ̀pẹ́ rẹ lórí ìtẹ́ ọ̀pẹ́ rẹ ń gbára kùtì exercise ní Tolulope Gym and Fitness Center ló ń pàkíyèsí rẹ sí wípé lẹ́kalẹ́ka là yéré ìdárayá tí málàfíà bágọ̀ ara ẹni àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àtàgbàlagbà tó ń darapọ̀ níbẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ wípé àǹfààní àìlẹ́gbẹ́ ni wọ́n ń rí lágọ̀ọ́ ara wọn o volleyball swimming table tennis bọ́ọ̀lù ẹlẹ́yin àfọwọ́gbá lórí pátákó gbogbo eré ìdárayá wọ̀nyí ó yàtọ̀ sí pé ó ń fún ọ lálàáfíà nìkan tó bá tún yàn án múṣẹ́ àṣẹ láti ẹ ó tó rọ́wọ́ mú Tolulope Gym and Fitness Center ìrìnsẹ̀ eré ìdárayá ìgbàlódé kúnbẹ̀ dẹnu máa rẹ lẹ́ẹ̀mà lọ sáré látọ̀jọ́ sí Mọ́kọ́lá ó léwu ní pọ́pọ́ ó lè sá 440 lójú kan tó sì lágùn àrùn dànù bọ́ fẹ́ sangun di ẹ̀rìmọ́ igẹ̀ àkótágìrì irinṣẹ́ ń bẹ wọ́n bá pọ̀jù lára alára ò ní lè dágbé mẹ́rẹ̀ ìdárayá lọ́kùnkúndùn kàn sí Tolulope Gym and Fitness Center Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ Stadium former Liberty Stadium Offering Road Ìbàdàn telephone 003-201-4009 003-201-4009 bó ṣeré ìdárayá Tolulope lọ̀rọ̀ kan.
We are happy people, we make you happy. We are happy people, we make you happy. We are HAPPY-PEOPLE. We are happy people, we make you happy. Ọ̀dọ́mọdé olórin, bèbí Adéwálé Àyùbá o. Àwọn akọrin pátánà ẹ̀pọ̀ láwùjọ ìjó. Èmi ti kọrin náà ní ìgbà ẹ̀kọ́. Àwọn alákàgbàgbà, àgbàgbà tó bẹ́ẹ̀ lókè tó kéṣe o. Ọmọdé ń bọ̀ wá bẹ́ẹ̀.
We bother now, finally we don't hammer now. Us who don't pay now. Ilé ijó máa lọ sùn gbalaja o sọ sígẹ́lá o sísí tìtò ó yá go down like that if you do well you go talk my chat you better don't break my heart ọmọdé olójú síta tó go down like that if you do well you go talk my chat you better don't break my heart ọmọdé olójú síta it's Mr. Sugar Aunty M Naija na key for you are Aunty M Naija.
We are happy people, we make you happy. We are happy people, we make you happy. We are HAPPY-PEOPLE. We are happy people, we make you happy.
That's the Royal Highness. Me and Mr. Jones just wanna make you happy. Lagarasati, enemies fair Kamasa. Asati, we got a lot of chicks in the house. I flash, put lips in the pouch. Kiss, you know what the gist is about. Lips in your mouth, kiss. Okay now. I'ma get wild by me, okay now. Okay now, no play now. I'ma get Pamela, okay now. Your man lost his crown, that Shumar, the crown came home with me. Adewale, that's Ayuba. Sham.
Ẹ̀yin ló ní ìdá nǹkan àwa tí mọ̀ ọ̀dọ́mọdé àdàgbàlagbà àgbàlagbà àdàrúgbó. Ilé ayé yìí kò dúró dẹni kankan. Ilé ayé yìí o kò dúró dẹni kankan. Gbogbo nǹkan bá ṣe lé mi. Sórí ló dá lọ́la ẹ dákun ẹ má gbìdì oró ewé mọ́. Ẹ dákun ẹ má gbìdì oró ewé mọ́. Àgbààgbà tó ń bẹ lókè. Àwa ti mọ bí ẹ dé. Àwọn èwe tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn. Lẹ ò lè sọ. Àsìkò ní ìlà wa yìí o. Ẹ̀yà gbà ó lé Mr. Joseph Adéwálé. Ọ̀gá jọjọ ó lé ẹlẹ́gùsí ni mo bá wọn lọ. Ọ̀gá Yorùbá another Mr. Joseph. Mo ní bíìsì ẹlẹ́gùsí ni mo bá wọn lọ. Mr. Joseph Adéwálé. Mo pàdé sísí kan ó mọ́ látòrí lọ́dẹ̀sẹ̀. Adéwálé Ayúbá another Mr. Joseph. Mo lọ bá sísí ẹ̀ mo bèrè orúkọ wọn. Mr. Joseph. Ìyẹn sọ fóun lè rí ìjẹ́ Mr. Joseph Adéwálé. Ó ní kí lórúkọ tiwa àti wípé èmi ò ní iṣẹ́ mi. Èmi lè ní mi ní Mr. Johnson undergraduate ní Unilag ọ̀gá. Ó fẹ́nu sí mi lẹ́nu ó ní àgbà very handsome. Abágbéra ó dùnú lé ìwà sílé nulẹ̀. Indomix ló jẹ́ kí ìrókò òun ló gbé mi jáde. Ó ṣe mi wọ́n tẹ́lì ọmọdé ń wojú mi ó ní mi Mr. Johnson bọ̀ ọjọ́ ẹ̀ o. Mo bá bàbá tó lámọ̀lẹ̀ Mr. Johnson. Èmi lé mi ní Déwálé òkúrò. Mo lé mi ní Déwálé Àyùbá ọ̀nà mi bá fàdíjà. Àwọn olóhùn òṣèyàwó aláàgbé. Olóhùn òṣèyàwó olórin. Mo bẹ́ bèbí ọ̀dà mi lò. Lady Bridget Porter. Kì í ṣẹjọ́ mi. Orí mi ló fi rán mi. Èmi ò lè torí ẹ̀ fi ìdílé o.
Pensioners FM. This is Africa's model.
Kásùn kájí kájókòó rẹpẹtẹ kalẹ̀ ojoojúmọ́ dẹ́rẹ́bà ni wọ́n máa lò sá. Ìgbà wo lo ṣeré ìdárayá gbẹ̀yìn ọmọ nípa ribiribi tẹ́lẹ̀ ìdárayá ń ṣe lágọ̀ọ́ ara gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ lóògùn lílò ní gbogbo ìgbà àìbọ́kùnrin ọ̀pẹ́ rẹ lórí ìtẹ́ ọ̀pẹ́ rẹ ń gbára kùtì exercise ní Tolulope Gym and Fitness Center ló ń pàkíyèsí rẹ sí wípé lẹ́kalẹ́ka là yéré ìdárayá tí málàfíà bágọ̀ ara ẹni àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àtàgbàlagbà tó ń darapọ̀ níbẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ wípé àǹfààní àìlẹ́gbẹ́ ni wọ́n ń rí lágọ̀ọ́ ara wọn o volleyball swimming table tennis bọ́ọ̀lù ẹlẹ́yin àfọwọ́gbá lórí pátákó gbogbo eré ìdárayá wọ̀nyí ó yàtọ̀ sí pé ó ń fún ọ lálàáfíà nìkan tó bá tún yàn án múṣẹ àṣẹ láti ẹ ó tó rọ́wọ́ mú Tolulope Gym and Fitness Center irinṣẹ́ eré ìdárayá ìgbàlódé kúnbẹ̀ dẹnu máa rẹ léèmà lọ sáré látọ̀jọ́ sí Mọ́kọ́lá ó léwu ní pópó o lè sá 440 lójú kan tó sì làágùn àrùn dànù bó fẹ́ sangun di ẹ̀rìmọ́ igẹ̀ àkótágìrì irinṣẹ́ ń bẹ wọ́n bá pọ̀jù lára alára ò ní lè dágbé mẹ́rẹ̀ ìdárayá lọ́kùnkúndùn kàn sí Tolulope Gym and Fitness Center Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ Stadium former Liberty Stadium Offering Road Ìbàdàn telephone 003-201-4009 003-201-4009 bó ṣeré ìdárayá Tolulope lọ̀rọ̀ kan.
Oh, welcome back. From that musical boy, that was people Adéwálé Ayúbá. I know so many of our earlier statements will definitely remember that song. I was very, very young when the original of that one, that was just a remix. They try and fusing all these hip hop thing. Awala Nigbo, according to it. So it try and brought in the youth, but then
youth lewa.
Oh yeah. Àsìkò wa ni.
Then don't be knowing. Àná ti lọ gbà. A sì tún lọ gbà ṣá.
Okay.
So kai na wa keep ẹ pé tẹ́ ṣe ń lọ gbà ẹ máa continue láti lọ gbà lọ.
Definitely.
Tolulope is the leader of the youth.
Oje won go again.
Correct.
Welcome back to the program. Definitely open the phone lines as soon as possible so that you can be part of this show this evening. 09081111067 09081111067 08080101067 08080101067 1067. Fitness are on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Part of it is the reason why I had to go on that musical break is the elders. I think they should dance. Part of exercise.
It is necessary. In fact, I think let's look at it this way. Exercise. You find a lot of them be like they don't feel encouraged to. Now, what way can we do, or what things can we do to encourage them to do more exercise other than joining them in those physical activities, right? So if you want our baba and mama to probably do some brisk walking, which is appropriate for their own physical activity, to encourage them, we can say, okay, mama, exercise together. When we engage them that way, they will also be encouraged to do that physical activity. Okay, maybe the fitness expert said mama should try to swim every evening. When we say, oh, mama, swimming pool, she's swimming here together, you find that even they will be encouraged and they want to engage in that activity. Even if you can't even if you can't remember any particular physical activity that you want to have them do, just get a nice album from Barista, just slot it in. Mama, oh yeah, and once you get once you have that started, you are improving the health of the elderly ones.
Let me put that. When I wanted to learn swimming, I make sure that I do it with my children.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you learn with, especially your children, you easily grab it because you don't want them to make jest of you. That, Mommy, I you know it's good, right? So when we first started, hey, don't splash water on me. They just start splashing water on me. When we asked to do kicking, maybe 30, they will do it within a twinkle of an eye. It's gotten to a stage.
Exactly. So you compete with them.
Compete with over syllabus. 30, 50. Encourage me. At least one motivate me láti ṣe nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe. The same thing pẹ̀lú gym ngbà mí. Ẹlòmíì wà tó wá pé wà on the high proportion. Tí ojú ń tì àti wá sí gym. Ó máa ń mú ẹlòmíì lẹ́yìn wá. I have a series of people like that. Tó yẹ pé torí ẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ á close kíákíá ní shop, á tẹ̀lé wá, á dúró tì. Ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ yìí kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní di gym o, ṣùgbọ́n tẹ bá wo physique ẹ̀ kò tiẹ̀ sí sáyìn pé ó nílò rẹ̀ rárá. Kò nílò rẹ̀ rárá. But á torí ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ó ń sanwó, òun náà ń wá. Àwa máa encourage láti pé kó ṣe yáyá náà dáhùn jàre. Wọ́n ti sún jàre, má jẹ́ kó sú ẹ torí ẹ̀. Nígbà tó tún wá ń wá, ọkọ yẹn láti máa sọ pé ìyẹn ń pẹ́ kó tó dé pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, ó lóun tẹ̀lé ọ̀rẹ́ òun, ọkọ náà tún wá register. Ọkọ ẹ̀ náà ò ní ìdí ẹ o. Ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ nìyẹn àti ọkọ ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n register torí òun nìkan.
So just to encourage this person.
And that's very good. Tóbi yẹn ó ti pọ̀ jù. Ó dẹ̀ máa affect health ẹ̀. Ẹni táwọn dẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn, òun ò fẹ́ kí nǹkan kan ṣe. Ló fi jẹ́ pé èèyàn máa ń encourage àwọn èèyàn. Ẹlòmíì wá rò bóun ò lè ṣe nǹkan míì, but tó bá rí ẹni ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀, á motivate pé àṣekò tiẹ̀ le tó báyìí, ìbò náà lẹ́ni náà ṣe, ǹjẹ́ mi náà ṣe. Before you know it, ó ti di part and parcel wọn. Ló fi jẹ́ pé a ní láti encourage wọn. More especially àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé tán bá ní underlying ailments, tán bá fẹ́ wá sí gym gan, wọ́n á nílò ẹnìkan kó máa tẹ̀lé wọn.
To come along with them. Yes.
Tó pé kí ni, tán bá wá, most of the àwọn elderly people tó bá wá, àti ní enter attach fún wọn, tó jẹ́ pé yóò lè dúró pẹ̀lú wọn, tó ní temperament fún irú age bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, tó jẹ́ pé irú nǹkan báyẹn tán bá fẹ́ ṣe, báyìí ní kẹ́ra ṣe, á ní sùúrù, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe báyìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe báyìí, tó máa ṣe gradually tí wọ́n á fi lè ṣe. So ló fi jẹ́ pé ẹnìkan ó yẹ kó wà pẹ̀lú wọn láti máa encourage. Wọ́n fẹ́ take work náà kán mẹ́nìkan dání torí pé kí ni àwọn lè rò pé àwọn fit, wọ́n lè dójú ọ̀nà kójú pòyì kán fìdí jálẹ̀. Káwọn èèyàn tó súnmọ́ wọn yóò pẹ́ o pẹ̀lú tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń gbòòrò. Wọ́n ní ìyá kan tó fìdí jálẹ̀ àmọ́ bóyá COVID. Ẹ má súnmọ́ o. Before you know it, ó lè di gòǹbe. So ló fi jẹ́ pé ẹ jẹ́ kí a make sure pé a support wọn tó bá ti di pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe exercise náà torí tó lè mú ẹ̀mí wọn gùn dáadáa náà ni. Torí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń jókòó nínú ilé yẹn kò pàápàá jùlọ àwọn àgbàlagbà. Ọmọ kékeré tiẹ̀ sì ní nǹkan míì tó lè ṣe. Ó ṣe pé kó kàn máa lọ kó máa bọ̀ kó máa ṣe náà gbogbo tó ń ṣe yẹn tó ń task rẹ̀. Ó ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe, but àgbàlagbà yóò kàn jókòó sójú kan náà ni kò dáa. Kò sí irú ìrìn tẹ́fẹ́ rìn láti inú yàrá sí pálọ̀ tó fẹ́ cover and tan sọ yìí.
Mo ti rántí ìgbà kan I was at a resort and then this elderly woman, she's around her 80s, And then she came to the poolside. Be like, kin mama wa she ni eti omi o, kin mama wa she ni eti omi. And lo and behold, it was a very beautiful sight to see. Mama just changed into her bathing suit. Mama entered the water. Oh my God. In fact, every one of us, because it was a resort and it was a very big pool. And so you had lots of guests who were around the pool. Anyway, in fact, by the time I could Mama, you need to see how gracefully she was swimming in the water. It was very, very, in fact, even motivating for us, the young ones. And when Mama just swam from one end of the pool to the other, you can need to see how everybody just started clapping, like, wow, this should be my grandmother. And it was very beautiful to see. And I'm very, very sure probably her doctor said she should be doing that, and she doing it. She could have probably been doing this in her own house.
Definitely.
But she came to a public pool where she would see young persons, where we would encourage her, and she would say, okay, this is how long it took for this young person to get from this end of the pool to the other. Okay, let me try to see if I can also mimic that as well. And by also her even being a part of that social gathering, then we could relate more with her, encourage her in that physical activity she was having. So it means, with COVID now around, let's do more to engage in social interaction with our elderly ones, to also encourage them in the physical activity whenever they need to have it done.
Okay, what about introduction of indoor games, Ludo, cards? What are these indoor games?
Scrabble, squash.
Definitely. I mean, from that aspect, I believe they will also be, engaging in something for the elder statesmen.
Yes, that's in fact that's a very, very wonderful aspect of physical activity that anybody should do, especially our elderly ones. It's not just going to help them with their physical therapy. It's not just going to help them with them exercising their bodies, but also make sure that their minds are kept sharp at all times. Because for example, look at it. The game of chess is not a game for just simpletons. It's not a game for just any person. Even squash as it is. These are not sports that exactly.
Squash is strenuous, at least for elderly ones, unless those who have been playing it before.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be a very
tedious one for them.
And another thing is dance. When we talk about dance aerobic, it's superb and it's good. You just take your favorite cassette, you play it, then you start dancing. You can even use it as programs. So by the time you get used to this, it does a lot. But many people will just say, "We can't do none. Shake kilo and be jo. Mewa wa nbe o. Te ba jo dada.
I don't know the advantage of dancing.
Pàápàá jùlọ àwọn lyrics gbogbo tó máa ń gbọ́ ńbẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé bóyá in the olden days àwọn kan tó máa ń gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ ní inú àwọn yẹn máa dùn pé ní bóyá ó fẹ́ gbọ́ Haruna Ṣọlá ni, bóyá kinní kan ni, oríṣiríṣi táwọn yẹn máa ń gbọ́, bóyá Ìlà Ọmọwúrà ni. Irú yẹn ní ìsìn ò play ẹ̀ mọ́, àfi oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀fẹ́ ìjókòó ni o. Ṣùgbọ́n tó máa ń gbọ́ èyí tí wọ́n like tán nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí, tó ń gbọ́ oríṣiríṣi, pé inú wọn máa dùn. So ló fi jẹ́ pé àwọn pé ìdùnnú yẹn ni oúnjẹ àwọn àgbàlagbà. Tó máa ń rí nǹkan tó ń dùnnú wọn. Music náà tẹ́lẹ̀ gbọ́ kán gbọ́ nǹkan gidi pé kí leléyìí wá ń wí tá àti ẹ̀gbọ́ kankan yìí. Wọn ò ní interest nígbà tí wọn bá gbọ́ ọmọ tó ti dé ni ìgbà lónígbà ń lò. Bí àsìkò tí wọ́n ti rí nù. So àwọn olden kìíní yẹn, àwọn evergreen yẹn,
songs, Obe, Sọ̀ní Adé,
tí ó sọ oríṣiríṣi, Orlando Ọ̀wọ̀ oríṣiríṣi. Bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn.
4:49, less than 6 minutes before we say BYA. I want to digress a bit. During the week, somebody sent me a message on WhatsApp. I intentionally want to ask on the program. He said he has, I think his mom has this leg payment. I think her knee. I've been paying her for
pain.
Her knee.
Pain.
Yeah. Her leg pain.
You said payment.
I said payment.
Yeah. Don't worry, we understand. Just share with us when it comes to
it. Okay, leg pain.
Okay.
On her knee.
Yeah.
Is that he has been with her for the past, I think, 2-3 years. She has used drugs and the likes, but there seems to be a little bit of not much improvement. Sometimes she won't feel the pain because of the drugs.
Okay.
And afterwards, the pain comes back again. And it has been wrangling about, and it's not asking.
For that elderly person, it is important that she keeps tabs with her doctors. Because for that ailment that had been for that leg pain that had been happening for a long time now, it's not a new thing. I'm sure it's not a new case between her and her doctors, and they will have placed down some medications, or they would have placed down a particular regimen or a particular plan that she should stick with. So it's necessary that she also keeps her clinic appointments, visits our doctor regularly. Okay, doctor, this is the complaint I have today. What should I do about it? Okay, what are the things we've been doing before? Okay, what do we need to review about the plan you've placed me on before? It is very, very necessary for this elderly person to do. And even apart from that, I think going by if she's not able to probably visit have a physical visit at her clinic, she can also try virtual platforms for healthcare, where she could have a video call with a doctor, or call a doctor and have that doctor make consults with her and advise her on what is necessary to do. But that COVID era does not mean you are limited from having access to your doctors or having access to good healthcare, right? So we can for this mother, for this elderly person, I would say he or she rather should take advantage of virtual platforms for healthcare, or try to see her doctor on what she should do regards to that leg pain.
In respect of that drugs that she said they have been using, now, is it prescribed by the doctor or over the counter?
That's another cogent one.
And if you go to hospital now, they will ask questions. That's what I do tell people, that whenever you suspect anything at all, go straight to your doctor. The doctor will be able to establish whether it's hereditary or as a result of your lifestyle,
or exactly
whatever. Tí ó bá jẹ́ dókítà ló lè sọ. Ṣé àwọn tó wá pé hereditary ni, fún àpẹẹrẹ ẹnìkan wà tó yẹ pé òun ní arthritis báyìí, ó ní màmá àwọn ní, gbogbo àwọn siblings òun ló ní, but òun ṣeré ìdárayá gan, ó ń jàtàkùn àná, ó ń ṣe everything. Kò yẹ kó what she said. Ṣé àwọn tó rí pé ó ti mọ̀ ọṣẹ á jẹ́, ó ní kò sí ní gbogbo ṣe try tó pé kóun wà máa ṣe kíní. Bóyá nítorí pé wá tètè ń ṣe ẹ̀gá náà ló jẹ́ kó pẹ́ kó tó mú òun. Ó ti mú àwọn àbúrò ẹ̀ tipẹ́. Òun tó jẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n lẹ́sẹ̀ rà pé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń fìlẹ̀ nísìnyí torí pé arthritis ni pé òun jogún ẹ̀ ni. Ló fi jẹ́ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká tọ̀ dókítà wa lọ. Tí a bá ti kẹ́fìn kankan, ẹ má jẹ́ ká lọ mọ́ ra oògùn kan torí pé a tún padà ra times 3 rẹ̀. Ẹ pé yóò dẹ̀ ti wá dá wàhálà sí ara wa.
Ká má jẹ́ kí àìsàn yẹn wọ̀ wá lára tó táwa dé stage figi gbì. Ká tó a máa ní doctor ó ti fẹ́ gbẹ̀ mí o, ẹ̀wà rán. By that time yẹn, doctor wa ní nǹkan tá lè ṣe kò pọ̀ mọ́. Ṣé get àlàyé bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan tó yẹ kéèyàn lo just maybe fẹ́ǹsìkì fún, àwa nǹkan tí bí a máa gba a máa ṣiṣẹ́ abẹ fún, tàbí kó máa going through other methods of management that may be more stringent and hard to come by. So gbà tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣèyàn, kéèyàn tètè rí dókítà ẹ̀, ìyẹn gangan ni ìyẹn ní jòun.
Okay, that on that. And of course, to the home stretch now. Before we go on the show this evening, I think our elder statement, I feel they need some kind of advice during this lockdown.
First of all, for our elderly ones at home, I would always advise that they should also take the precautions that we've been mentioning about COVID. Babawa, yawa, emalu face mask, try to limit how much of going out you are going to be doing, because we don't want you to expose yourself the way we would to the virus. We want you to keep some distancing, keep some social distancing, even when you're in large gatherings. And if you must at all, make sure you are wearing your face mask. Ensure you are washing your hands regularly. And if you notice any symptom at all that is untoward, or that's not your usual self, that is not like yourself, maybe you are feeling some headache, or you are feeling some fever, or you began to develop some cough, or you notice that your breathing is not the way it used to before, please call for attention. Call your children. I need to see a doctor about this, so that they can start attending to you regularly. And then don't forget, even when you are in isolation, or even when you are not going out too much, even when you're trying not to expose yourself to what's in the environment, in the outside world, ensure that you are engaging with your children, ensure that you're having continuous social interaction, and that you're having physical activity every now and then.
Okay, go on, Lee.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bá a ṣe máa ń bára wa sọ lórí ètò yìí, ṣe ráyìn ìyá wa àti bàbá wa, a sì nílò yín.
Then,
Ohun tí èmi ìbá gbà wá ní ìmọ̀ràn ni pé ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn ètò tó yẹ ká ṣe, pé báwa náà bá ṣe fẹ́ jáde, à fi nǹkan bomú, à ń fọwọ́, à ń ra hand sanitizer, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe é fún àwọn ìyá yìí àti bàbá yìí. Torí pé kí ni ọ̀pọ̀ ògbà ní pé ẹ ti lọ ibi iṣẹ́ tán, ìyá ò sneak out. Ìyá lè sọ fọ́mọ ọ̀dọ̀ kan pé wò dákun, èmi ò lè ajẹ́ ká wá sẹ́mi mọ́nú ilé, mo sáfẹ́ mọ tí ń lọ ń gbòòrò.
èwo ni kí ló má dẹ̀ lè jáde lọ sí
tẹ́ bá ti ra àwọn
kẹta.
nǹkan wọ̀nyí, nǹkan fi ń bomú rè, màmá, in case tẹ́ bá fẹ́ jáde, mi ní pé kẹ́ ẹ jáde o, mo mọ̀ pé ẹ lè fẹ́
Face
jáde.
mask
Tẹ́ bá ti sọ báyẹn náà, ó ti yé ìyá náà pé tó máa fẹ́ jáde, òun ó lò. Ìfọwọ́rè tẹ́ fi pa ọwọ́ yín, ẹ dẹ̀ fọ ọwọ́ yín, ẹ má dì mọ́ èèyàn káàkiri, ẹ má lọ síbi tí ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn wà torí éèjì yín. Tẹ́ bá ti ṣàlàyé fún ìyá báyìí, tí ìyá bá ti fẹ́ jáde àtọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ra yẹn, ìṣe pé ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ́ka máa make provision fara yín, tẹ́ make provision fara yín, tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá make provision fún ìyá, tí ìyá bá wá kó bá yín lé.
Kí ni ìyá
ń
máa pa
gbádà
hand
fún
sanitizer?
òkú gbọ́dọ̀ jáde, wọn ò ní jáde irọ́ o. Ìyá lè sneak out jẹ́ pé yóò tún wá kó wá bá yín nínú ilé náà ni. Ó bẹ́tà kí á fún wọn ní gbogbo ohun tó tọ́ àti ohun tó yẹ. Dẹ̀ni eré ìdárayá ṣe pàtàkì. Tá gẹ́gẹ́ bá a ṣe sọ, òun náà jẹ́ kókó nǹkan tó yẹ pé ó lè máa múnú wọn dùn tí ara wọn ó sì jí pépé pẹ̀lú bọ́n ṣe wà nínú ilé yìí.
Okay, that will be our final bye on the show this evening, because it's already 4:57 on the show. Okay, thanks for coming on board once again.
Thank you for having me, Raymond.
And of course,
Thank
Doctor.
you, listeners out there. Thanks, Raymond. Thanks for having me.
That's the package for this evening on Fitness Hour on Pensioners 106.7 FM. And like you've had everything we've said this evening, take to it. And of course, don't forget to keep safe from COVID-19. My thanks to our producer, Babatunde Tiamiyu, and of course to everyone that have listened to us via all social media platforms and have tuned in. We say a very big thank you to you as well. Remaining Raymond Tolulope saying, stay safe and stay blessed.
àbọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé tí ìwà ọmọlúàbí ṣọ̀wọ́n láwùjọ wa? Ta ni ọmọlúàbí? Báwo ni èèyàn ṣe lè di ọmọlúàbí? Ǹjẹ́ ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́ kò lè ba ìwà ọmọlúàbí ẹni jẹ́ bí? Fún ìdáhùn sí àwọn ìbéèrè wọ̀nyí àti òmíràn tí ó jẹ mọ́